Okay, big news out of South Beach, Miami. The Dolphins have fired or relieved duties of Mike McDaniel, my homeboy over there with the swag. He is out as coach of the Miami Dolphins. What does that mean for Arizona Cardinals? This could be a good pick. We're going to talk about it. Let's talk about what this means for the Arizona Cardinals coming up right here in Anthony Unscripted. Let's go. All right, if you're not done yet, welcome to Anthony Unscripted. We are talking about anything unfiltered and raw. Here we go. Big news out of Miami. The Miami Dolphins have let go of Mike McDaniel. What does this mean for the Arizona Cardinals? If you don't know, I'm an Arizona Cardinal fan, do or die, and I want to talk about what this means for the Cardinals. Now, Mike McDaniel, from what I understand, has been a coach there for maybe about 4 years, and this is what I kind of saw in that program. I think he was a hot, young, new coach. I think he has good leadership, and he's a really good offensive mind when it comes to delegating and doing things. You saw it with Tua. I don't think he did Tua that well. I think Tua wasn't that great of a quarterback coming out of Alabama. Don't kill me. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. And I don't think he managed that process with Tua the right way. I don't think he managed things right with Tyreek Hill. And I think after a while, I think the wheels kind of fell off there in Miami in the last part. But I look at McDaniel and thinking, here's your top candidates for right now with the Cardinals. Everyone's talking about, even I'm talking about, is we want John Harbaugh. I don't know if we can get John Harbaugh for the price tag of the Arizona Cardinals if Mike Bidwell really wants to pay this man the money he's worth. I think you haven't heard too much from, I think, John Harbaugh interviewing anywhere yet, right? But, I don't know if let me know you guys see in the comments, but I don't know if Bidwell would have the money to pull that off. And honestly, I don't know if John Harbaugh would want to even come to the Arizona Cardinals. We're just I don't want to swear on this channel, but we are the poorest, podunk, disorganized, no credibility NFL franchise. I mean, the Giants could be horrible, the Browns could be horrible, the Jets could be horrible, the Raiders could be horrible. They have credibility. We have zero clout. We have zero credibility in the league. We don't have it. When news stations and sports pundits talk about us, we don't have any credibility. We're not even on the list. We're on the list if something big happens. Oh, Jonathan Gannon got fired. Then people will talk, but we're not on anyone's radar. Who would want to come and coach this horrible, horrific team in this horrible, horrific franchise? It's hot as heck in the Valley. We know that. Who would want to set up shop and coach here? We just don't have the pedigree. And I think how bad we are positioned in the NFL, we are almost like a liability to a lot of potential coaches who want to stay away from the Cardinals organization because they do not want to even touch us. Right? They don't want to touch us. And so I think that is something to consider. Are we a viable choice for any top coaches? They're going to stay away from us, right? People have seen the previous coaching succession has happened, right? All these great coaches have come, all these great players have come, all these draft picks have come, and we still can't put it together. So John Harbaugh, it is what it is. I'd be surprised if that happens at this point, unless there's an interview scheduled. I haven't heard. And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think John Harbaugh has interviewed with anyone yet. I know his agent is fielding calls, which makes sense. When they said that there were 6 teams had vacancies and the agent got 7 calls. Well, we know who the 7th team is because Daniels got fired. We didn't know who that was. So I would expect he goes over there, but I don't want to make this about John Harbaugh today. I want to make this about Mike McDaniel and the Cardinals and that connection. I think he's a good coach. I think he's very offensive-minded. I think he may be a good fit for the desert. And can you see him out there with those swag glasses on? Right? He got those glasses on, and he's wearing, on the Cardinals sideline as a coach. He's unconventional, right? The dude got swag. He's a brother. Trust me. I could see him on this car with those glasses on and a Cardinals, sweatshirt hoodie and the Cardinals sweatpants, right? And he has, one leg rolled up like LL Cool J and has, some, Nikes on. right? Some on clouds on. He's just like one leg rolled up. I can see McDaniel doing that. That'd be cool. But I think he might be a good coach for the Cardinals, and I think he works well with younger players. I think there's a kindredness with them, and I think he might be the guy that can come to the organization, be there for a couple years, and start to turn things around. I don't think McDaniel's a bad coach, but he could be a good fit for the Arizona Cardinals organization. Young guy, and might be a good fit. I just, I worry about anyone coming to this organization that does not have the maturity to understand how effed up this organization is. You've already heard my points. I think they should sell the organization, but they're not going to do that. And there's something weird there. I would love for an outside independent study or company to come along and do a deep dive and an investigation into the organization, the culture, and then provide those results to the public and to Bidwell, a third party that could be very transparent, very non-biased, and go, this is what you're going on. Because there's something with him that's not clicking, and I'd be interested in that. But I think McDaniels will be a good coach. I think he'd be a great coach. I hope the Cardinals don't pick any of the other buffoon dudes they're interviewing. I don't know a lot of these OCs and stuff. I mean, the one gentleman, he's the OC of what's it called? Chiefs. I think that's good. Chiefs is a winning team. They won several Super Bowls. This year was but to get an OC in there that can do it might be good. Problem when you just get OCs is that they're good at offense, but they're not good at managing a team in the whole. So you got to make something kind of like Mike McCarthy. You need someone who's well-rounded. That's why I go back to John Harbaugh. I'm not trying to make this a John Harbaugh conversation, but that's why I think he might be the best fit overall for the Cardinals, because he's like dad, right? He just brings a good leadership. When dad comes home from work and steps through that door, there is authority there, there's leadership there, and dad's in the building. They need a dad. So it's like, do you want this cool kind of hipster coach that is good, like in McDaniels, that can bring in some good ideas and steer a team in the right direction? Or do you want dad to come in who's a little bit more seasoned, he's a little bit older, who has 18 seasons of proven winning, including one Super Bowl? Do you want him to come in there and kind of steer the ship? Because I think what John Harbaugh could do is bring that maturity that is needed in the organization. I think he can kind of bring a settledness. He needs to settle a little bit there and bring a culture there, even with Mike Bidwell and Monty, where they can, and this sounds crazy, I think he can mentor Monty as well. I think they need that older dad figure in John Harbaugh in the culture. And I said this before, and mark my words, he's just not a football coach. He will bring the community together in Phoenix. I think he's a community guy. He's an outreach guy. You won't see him on these typical photo ops where you have like Cliff Kingsbury or John McGannon on Christmas or Thanksgiving Day at a shelter with their hot girlfriend, their hot wife, serving people food and taking photographs. I think he's a true community man, and you need that in the Cardinal organization. If you've seen some specials on him and his brother, how they grew up with their dad, they are true community people, true culture people. He will bring that good mix of culture and he'll just bring it in there. And I think he'll be a better pick. But if they can't get him, I'm liking McDaniels for this role. I like Robert Saleh. If he couldn't pull it off there, it ain't like Robert Saleh had a couple of winning seasons. He didn't have any in the Jets. Know your place in the house. Know your lane. Stay in your lane. You are a great OC. Be a great OC and make a lot of money doing it and live your life. But if you couldn't prove it in the Jets with Aaron Rodgers, although he got hurt, if you couldn't do it there, what in the world makes you're going to do it in a horrible Cardinals organization? So, Cardinals, you're listening, go after my man McDaniels. It could be a good, viable choice for you. And I haven't heard anything yet. I haven't heard any interviews being scheduled yet with McDaniel. He just got fired. I think just like John Harbaugh, these people are taking a moment to breathe a little bit, to get their stuff together, what they want to do. I mean, everyone's assuming John Harbaugh wants to coach. He's never come out and said, I want to coach. He hasn't. I mean, he hasn't. So I don't know why everyone's like jumping on this. He hasn't said he wants to coach yet. So he may want to retire, right? The guy has millions. Why at 63 years old you want to keep coaching? You can just kick it, right? So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But McDaniel fired from the Miami Dolphins. Could this be a viable choice for the Arizona Cardinals? We will see how things progress. I know they have interviews today, several interviews. I believe today scheduled with Monty that is set up here with the organization. We'll see how this develops. We'll stay close to this channel. If you want to learn anything unscripted, raw, and real, we're covering Arizona Cardinals at the moment. And like, click, and subscribe for more information. All right, guys. Peace.